MSB here, and it's time for some more MSBvP. Today we'll be in the game Hearthstone, and we'll be going through the arena. So, let's get started. Okay. Yes, take my money, thank you. Okay. So the three heroes that we have to choose from, there's Priest, Hunter, and Shaman. Shaman is a bit dependent on getting good cards. Hunter is a bit difficult because it's mostly a rush-based deck, and so you have to get a very good curve. Priest is a pretty solid class, and is currently pretty strong in Constructed. So we'll be going with Priest. Yes, thank you. Okay, so the first choices that we have, there's the Doomsayer, the Mountain Giant, or the Cabal Shadow Priest. Okay, so I like the Cabal Shadow Priest better than the Mountain Giant. The Mountain Giant is good, but it's not as good as the Molten Giant. So Cabal Shadow Priest is solid. Okay, then we've got a Youthful Brewmaster, a Raging Worgen, or a Flesh-Eating Ghoul. The Flesh-Eating Ghoul is sometimes difficult to keep alive because of the 3 defense, and normally you would drop it at later turns. I like the Youthful Brewmaster. 3/2 and return a friendly minion is actually pretty good and can lead some good combos. Okay, so Inner Fire. That's a combo-y card. Voodoo Doctor is okay. I'm going to go with a Cult Master. Cult Master is good to drop down when you know you're going to be trading off a whole bunch of your minions for some card draw. Okay, so we've got Flesh-Eating Ghoul, Stormpike Commando, or the Power Word Shield. I'm going to go with the Flesh-Eating Ghoul on this one. A 3 for 2/3 is okay, and you can set it up for minion deaths. So. Okay, so Ancient Watcher is only good if you can silence it. Mana Addict is okay, but the Gadgets and Auctioneer is great if you can have some spells. So we'll take the Gadgets and Auctioneer and try and prioritize some spells. Okay, so the Light Spawn is good. Harvest Golem is great. And then Power Word Shield is a spell to combo into our Gadgets and Auctioneer. Okay, I'm going to have to go with the Harvest Golem because that is notoriously difficult to beat, and that can really help to reclaim a lost board position. Okay, so then we've got Mind Vision, Holy Smite, or Ironbeak Owl. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with the Ironbeak Owl. Silence is good, especially if somebody has like Divine Shield, and it's a low-cost minion, which is nice. Fairy Dragon, Frostwolf Warlord, or Inner Fire. I'm going to have to go with a Frostwolf Warlord. It's just a very good endgame card, especially if you've got good board position. Gurubashi Berserker, Grimscale Oracle, or Tauren Warrior. I'm going to have to go with the Gurubashi Berserker. Again, we're sort of still at the higher end of our mana curve, which is not fantastic. Blood Knight is great. Hungry Crab is pretty terrible, but Faceless Manipulator is better. So I'm going to take the Faceless Manipulator. Ooh, Silverhand Knight is fantastic. Southsea Deckhand isn't bad. Same thing with Tauren Warrior because it's got Taunt. But that Silverhand Knight is excellent. Holy Nova. Oh, I'd love to take a Northshire Cleric, but I've got to take a Holy Nova because I will need AoE, and I'll need that guaranteed. That's not something that I can pass up when I see it. Circle of Healing, Mind Blast, or Holy Nova. I'll take the next Holy Nova. Shadow Word Pain, the Reckless Rocketeer, or an Ironbeak Owl. I'm going to take Shadow Word Pain because that's a great spell. Mind Control. Definitely have to take Mind Control. Mind Control is exceptionally good. Okay, then we've got a War Golem, Ironfur Grizzly, or a Temple Enforcer. I'm going to have to go with the Temple Enforcer here. That's a very good card. I'd like to take the Ironfur Grizzly, but this is just a very powerful card, the Temple Enforcer, so let's go with that. Ooh, another Mind Control. Yeah, definitely going to have to take that. And then we're going to be looking at the later half to start getting some lower cost cards. Ancient Brewmaster, Silence, or an Ogre Magi. I don't have a lot of good cards in hand. I've already got a Silverhand Knight and a Cabal Shadow Priest. So I'm going to do an Ancient Brewmaster because that can have some really nice combo potential, especially at 10. You could say like, if you play the Cabal Shadow Priest on one turn, and then the next turn you play Ancient Brewmaster to put it back in your hand, and then you play Cabal Shadow Priest again and take another minion, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so we've got Bloodfen Raptor, which is a pretty solid 3/2 for 2, Murloc Raider, 1 for a 2/1, and then we've got some card draw. I'm a bit worried about my card draw, so I'm going to take a Nomish Inventor on this one. Okay, 3 great ones. So the Stampeding Kodo is very nice. The Azure Drake is also very nice because it's drawing a card and spell damage. The Immaster sort of falls by the wayside compared to these two. Because I have 2 Holy Novas, I am going to take the Azure Drake because that will be nice to try and wipe a board. Okay, Scarlet Crusader, Divine Shield is fantastic, so definitely doing Divine Shield on this one. Acolyte of Pain is a very solid 3-cost minion to get some extra card draw going. Oh, I don't think I've ever passed up a Chillwind Yeti. 4 for a 4/5 in arenas is very good. Now, I do have a pretty weak amount of taunt in this deck right now, which is a bit worrisome, but I am going to have to... The Leper Gnome, that's not going to stay around too long. I do like the Shattered Sun Cleric here because it buffs an existing minion. Okay, Abusive Sergeant or Priestess of Elune. I'm going to actually have to go with Shadow Word Pain because I will need, since my curve is quite high, I will need to be able to destroy some early game minions to try and reclaim a board position. Or Magi, Circle of Healing, or Bluegill Warrior. I'm going to go with the Bluegill Warrior on this one. Let's get an early cost troop. Gotta go with Shadow Word Death on this one. Okay, another Holy Nova or a Boulder Fist Ogre. I'm going to go with the Boulder Fist Ogre. That's a pretty solid card, and I've already got 2 Holy Novas. Okay, a Loot Hoarder, a Murloc Raider, or a Light Spawn. I think I'm going to have to go with the Light Spawn here. I'd like to take the Loot Hoarder because it sort of shores up my early game, but the Light Spawn can be very dangerous. So we've got the Bloodsail Corsair, the Emperor Cobra, or the Ancient Mage. What do I have? I've only got the 2 Holy Novas that actually run off spell damage. So I'm going to have to go with the Emperor Cobra on this one, just to make sure that I can take out anything that's too crazy. Okay, so a little bit of a high-cost mana curve on this one, but we'll go ahead and see how it plays. Okay, 2-0. Let's see how we fare on Game 3. Now this is normally where the difficulty starts ramping up, because obviously as you progress through an arena, you're paired against people who have similar ratings to you. So there's, once you start getting into the 2-3-0s, the 2-0s, 3-0s, 4-0 if you can make it, the decks start really ramping up because, of course, you're facing people who have similar win records. And, you know, they probably have a better deck than you, to be honest. Unless you know, drew God Hands, and that's fine. Okay, I don't like the Shadow Word Death in my opening hand. I like Shadow Word Pain. Holy Nova, I'm going to kick that back. I'm also going to kick back the Gurbashi Berserker because that's more of a mid to late game board stabilization type of card. So, okay, nothing stellar and probably one of my worst starts. I'll likely 3 to Emperor Cobra. Okay, or 3 to Flesh Eating Golem. We'll see what he throws down. Hey, I'm sure you will. Hopefully he armors. Great. Perfect. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Emperor Cobra. Because I don't want to throw out my Flesh Eating Ghoul yet. And this is just a solid 2-3 that'll kill anything. And if he had like a 2-3, it'd be fine because then I could just heal it back up. So this is a solid board position. I might do Shattered Sun Cleric next turn, or a Flesh Eating Ghoul. Ooh, that's solid. Okay, that's solid. Okay, so Flesh Eating Ghoul I don't want to put out because that's a trick. So I am going to throw out my Shattered Sun Cleric, make this a 3/4, and strike in. Because the Flesh Eating Ghoul you want to play when you know things are going to die, if at all possible. Okay. Gonna attack me? Hopefully attack me. To be honest, I would much rather have. I would much rather take the 2 damage or do nothing. Either of those is fine. Okay, I've got to save. Ooh, okay. I was just about to say I've got to save this. Because I want both of my guys around and most of the Warriors' really dangerous cards are sort of early game threats, I am going to use that up. Because otherwise he could trade off for my Emperor Cobra, and I just don't want that. He's obviously got something in hand that he doesn't want to play out. Okay, Raging Organ, that's fine. And a Novice Engineer, that's also fine. Okay. Now it's going to be the perfect time to play my Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Okay. Yep, so we are Flesh-Eating Ghoul. And they will trade off here. Trade off here. And then heal up to 3. And now we've got a dangerous board position for him. Because he needs to focus on the Cobra because that can kill anything he plays. He needs to kill the Flesh-Eating Ghoul before it gets out of control. And a Leper Gnome, I don't... Leper Gnome? Gnome. Leper Gnome, I could Cabal Shadow Priest. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. I am going to Cabal Shadow Priest, his Gurubashi Berserker, and he is going to cry so hard. Thank you. Yoink. Okay, and... Greetings. So I don't want to further damage either of my cards, so I'm going to trade both of these off and make this a 6. Because I want to keep everything above 2 health so he can't finish it off without playing something else. Okay. Yep, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. Okay, at 7, what am I doing? Okay, we are going to play out... Okay, so he is a 4. I could trade him off here. I don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill with the Cabal Shadow Priest. We are going to buff out, play the Silverhand Knight, get a very solid board position, and then next turn look to Frostwolf Warlord, which should be crushing. I mean, right now I've got lethal, so we'll see what he's got. Shieldmaster, that's fine. Obviously, I'd be more than happy to trade off my Cobra to that. And a shield block. Okay, so yeah, this... Oh, well, actually, no. I'm just going to win. I'll just mind control his Taunter and then be done. This is a perfect example of why the Priest is very powerful right now. When you hit 8 mana, there's nothing that they can really do. You know, you'd have to play multiples. Because anything that's just sort of like a standardized defense, you don't... Oh, sorry, I was one shy of lethal because of that shield block. Cleave, that's fine. So no matter what sort of defense you have, it doesn't make that much of a difference because you could just mind control it. So, like, you know, whether it's a Ysera or whether it's a Taunter, priests just have the ultimate answer, which is yoink. Here, I would like that now, please. Thank you very much. So you can really see why Priest is a very good class right now. It's just got so many options, and being able to just save a minion like that Cobra, where I healed it a couple of times, makes it very, very dangerous. And a very good victory. Fantastic. So now we are 3-0. Okay, and we are back for Game 8. When I originally made this deck, I predicted 5 to 6 wins. And so even if it sort of bottoms out now, that would still be fine. I don't have a lot of great early game answers. My early game is quite weak. Good, strong late game, but let's see. Hunter. Okay, so I need to make sure I've got some early game options. Scarlet Crusader is great, but we'll throw back both of those in an attempt to get something else. Ugh. That's tragic. Okay, well, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I can survive long enough, I've got some options. But yeah, that's definitely where this deck hurts, is that early game. Okay, good. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's heal him up.
Thank you.
I always love doing that. Healing with 2 mana when I don't need it. Funny. Okay. That's fine. Crusade up. If he has a Grizzly in his hand, then that becomes problematic because I can't take this out immediately. Deadly Shot, okay, fine. That's actually not bad considering what else I have in my hand. Very happy to lose out on that Divine Shield. Because, you know, like, if he hits my Gurubashi Berserker with that, that would be far, far worse. Gadgets and Auctioneer. I still haven't been able to use the Gadgets and Auctioneer well enough because I didn't draw too many great cards. Okay, and for 2, hopefully he just arrows. Instead of... because I'm going to kill off his Buzzard. If he puts out a trap, I'm in trouble. I'd have to play my Gurubashi Berserker. Okay. So I can't take the risk that this is a snake trap. So I have 2 options here. And I'm going to go with, I think, the simpler of the 2. I'm going to Shadow Word Pain this. And then I'll strike in. Okay, so it's probably Snipe. The problem was I didn't have the mana to test both. So it was either test for the Snipe and then attack in, but then he would have drawn 3 cards if it was a snake trap, or it was use up. Okay, that's fine. Okay, for 6. So I could silence. I think I will. I'm going to silence and then pull him back into my hand so I can silence again later. And now I'll... okay, Explosive Trap. That's fine. Now if he multi-shots here, that would be a great play. But obviously I'm looking to Cabal Shadow Priest. It's not too bad, actually. Okay. Okay, that's great. Yes, I would love to Cabal Shadow Priest that. Attack me. You definitely want to attack me. You definitely want to attack me. Just attack me. 4 damage. Look, I'm at 26. That put me down to 22. Okay, that's fine. If I have a Holy Nova, that would be fantastic right now. No, I do not. Okay, so I've got to Cabal Shadow Priest and grab this. I will attack in and be done here. At this point, I've got good options. I should keep something on the board at the end, and I've got a Mind Control ready and waiting. If he plays something ridiculous. Okay, that's pretty ridiculous. Okay. And attacks into me. That's fine. Again, Holy Nova would be great. Shadow Word Death. Okay, that's tolerable, I guess. Mind Control, that's not really worth it right now. Okay, so I am going to take out this guy and heal her up. So now he could multi-shot and then attack in to my Cabal Shadow Priest. That'd be okay. Deadly Shot at random? What? Okay. That's a very odd play. And then, what, double trade? Or is he going to try and rush me? Okay, so yeah, he's going to just try and rush me. Okay. I mean, legitimate strategy. I've got to start healing myself. Okay, so nothing I can do here. I don't want to. Well, I could mind control. He's only got 3 cards. He's only got 3 cards. I'm gonna mind control this. Attack this off and attack him. Let's turn the tide. I've got a Shadow Word Death to catch back up. Okay, Tiger. Okay, so 7 damage. Okay, I can't target it. I can't target it. I've got to heal myself. So what else can we play?
I got the best deals anywhere.
Okay, so we're prepping for some spells to be laid down. He's going to do 7, 8, 9 to me, and then I can Shadow Word Death it. Or silence it. Or do a lot of other things. A lot of other things. 7, 5, and 7. Okay, well played. Well, you know, not too bad. Unfortunately, I just couldn't get back out of that hole that I sort of dug myself into. I'm glad that I did mind control the boar, because I wouldn't have been able to do anything else with it, to be honest. What other situations happened? The Cabal Shadow Priest, you know, taking that was also decent. It was just sort of a matter of not being able to get back in control. I didn't have my Harvest Golem. I didn't pull any of my Holy Novas, either of my Holy Novas. So, yeah, the direct damage right at the end. Not bad. Okay, well, that's quite all right. The game did go 5 and 3, and that was where my original prediction was. So, let's go ahead and see what we get. For our troubles. 5 wins. Here we go. Okay, and the mist clears, and we get 30 gold, 45 gold, cards of course, 23, excellent, so 50 plus 50, 100 gold, so that means that not only did I have a great time playing the game, I got a pack of cards for 50 gold, so it was 150 entry fee, normally a pack costs 100, so made back 100 of that, excellent. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what cards we got. I always love doing that. Okay, come on over here. Let's do it. What you got? Ooh, okay. Murloc Tidecaller. I really want to make a Murloc deck, so that's going to be great. And I love this gold card. Whew, that's going right in my Shaman deck. Excellent. Fantastic. Well, as always, if you enjoyed the content, please take the time to subscribe. And, of course, I'm MSB, wishing you good games and good times.